Hi, I'm Lisa Richardson. We spoke to you on the phone about your benefits. Can we use the table? It'll help things go a lot quicker. All right. Okay. So, is this the first time you mail back the card? Okay. Well, let me start from the beginning and tell you what this is all about. Members who mail back the card are entitled to some additional benefits if they qualify for. My job is simple. It is to give you the information on the no-cost benefits and at the same time show you additional benefits that you may qualify for. I'd like to show you a quick video that will explain the relationship between us and your group and why they chose to work with us. The video? Does that video make sense? Okay, well, now that you know a little bit more about why your organization chose to work with our company, I'm going to show you a quick video that explains our company's culture and better why I'm here. Okay, so as you can see, our company believes that if we're going to work in a community, then we want to be consistently giving back to that community. And one of the ways that we accomplish this is by providing opportunities for anyone who is looking for a new career, a career change, or first employment. So let me have the name of somebody that you know that you would like to sponsor to receive this opportunity, and we'll make sure we give them a call to set up an interview. All right, thanks. All right, so your first no-cost benefit is your accidental death and dismemberment benefit. This is provided to you as a way of thanking you for being a member in good standing. I'll let the video explain better. Okay, so now what they need is two contingent beneficiaries just in case something were to happen to you and the primary beneficiary at the same time. Okay, so you want to do your brother, your sister, okay. Now, this used to be a closed program, but now what they do is they give you $20,000 worth of accidental death and dismemberment benefits to give away. Isn't that awesome? And you can do this in increments of $2,000, which means you can sponsor up to 10 people. Now, the cool thing is that you can sponsor at no cost to you or them. Now, the cool thing is that your contingent beneficiaries automatically qualify. So, what was your brother's address? Okay, and his phone number? Awesome. Okay, great. All right, now you've used $4,000. You only have $16,000 left. Now it even gets better because your immediate family automatically qualifies for this benefit as well. So you mentioned your mom lives down the street. Great. Okay, let's get her name, phone number. Awesome. Okay, so your next no-cost benefit is our Child Safe mobile app. This is endorsed by the International Union of Police, School Administration, and Teachers Administration. This video will explain better. Okay, our goal is to get this mobile app into the hands of every family with kids and grandkids. Now, what we found is that many schools provide the paper kits, which tend to get lost, stolen, filed away, and outdated, which is why we created the Child Safe mobile app, which is always present and has features in which the paper kits don't supply. Now let me show you how you can sponsor other people to receive the Child Safe mobile app at no cost to you or them. All right. And then if they don't have a smartphone, our goal is to get these kits in the hands of every Hoosier family with children. In order to accomplish this, we are going to need your help. What they need are 6 families with children that you would like to see protected with these kids, and we'll make sure that that happens. So who would you like to sponsor first? Awesome. All right. So the next no-cost benefit is designed to help with out-of-pocket expenses. It won't affect your current health coverage at all. This health services discount card is good for you and anyone that lives at this address, and it's going to provide you with up to 60% on hearing, vision, chiropractic services, and prescription drugs. This video is going to explain better. Play the video. Now, they allow you to sponsor up to 4 people to receive this benefit. Who would you like to sponsor first? Okay. The next video is going to explain the MedFax Kit and Memorial Guide. These are 2 vitally important documents where you can record and store all of your medical information should there be a medical emergency, as well as your information and preferences for your final wishes. All right, so they allow you to sponsor up to 4 people to receive this benefit. Who would you like to sponsor first? Okay, I have one more video I'd like to show you. This benefit is going to help you be prepared financially for any expenses that could occur as a result of an accident. All right, as the video stated, there are many different benefits. This chart illustrates a basic outline of how the protection will work. Now, I'm sure you can see how important this benefit is should something happen to you as a result of an accident, right? Okay, awesome. All right, so John and Mary, everyone that you sponsored are entitled to the additional benefits as well as have access to the, everyone that you sponsored is entitled to these no-cost benefits as well as have access to the additional benefits. Help your friends and family out by letting them know that I will be in contact with them, okay? I'm gonna need your help. I am going to forward you a text that you can send to them individually, letting them know that I will be giving them a call. It's a lot easier than having to call them everyone after I leave. Now remember, it's very important that you let them know that I am going to be calling to set up an appointment to deliver the benefits just like I'm doing with you. Okay, awesome. All right, so each member who mails back the cards is seen separately because each member has a different want and a different need. So what's right for you may not be right for the member I enrolled before you or the member I may enroll after you. So this next video is just going to explain in simple words the need for these benefits. All right, so let me ask you some questions. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped that. Now that you have a little more information on the different types of insurance, I'd like to ask you a few questions and see exactly what it is you qualify for, and we'll go on from there. Okay? All right. So, have you had any recent hospitalizations? How long ago? A year ago? Okay, what was that for? Okay. All right, do you take any daily medications? For what? Okay, and how long have you been on that? Okay. And then has your license ever been suspended or revoked due to a moving violation? All right, awesome. Okay, so you have insurance through your job. Let me explain how that works. As long as you are working for that company, you are covered. But as soon as you leave, get fired or retire, those benefits are gone forever and you are no longer protected. Reason being that while you're working for that company, you are part of a group, okay? And so as soon as you leave that group, as soon as you leave, you are no longer part of that group, so you are no longer protected. All right, so before we continue, it's important that I explain the mandatory read-off letter. Read the letter. Okay, what that's basically saying is that after I show you the benefits, explain how they work, answer any questions that you have, you just give me a simple yes or no. In other words, if these benefits make sense to you, as I'm sure you will see they do, then go ahead and take advantage of them today. Due to the number of members that we see, it is very difficult to get back out. And if not, that's okay too. I am just going to have you fill out this report form so that your group can get your feedback on these benefits. All right. So the first gap that the needs analysis found has to do with your final expenses. So John, if you died last night, who will be taking care of your final expenses? Do they know that? Okay. Well, this video is just going to explain how the program can provide an immediate sum of money to help take care of your final expenses associated with your death so that the financial burden isn't placed on your family. Play the video. All right, so as the video stated, the current average cost is for final expenses is $15,000. However, because of inflation, they are recommending $30,000. And as you can see here, John and Mary, you don't have any coverage whatsoever. So the program is you need the $30,000, and that's what the program is going to provide for you if you qualify. Does that make sense? Okay, what makes sense about that benefit? That's right. Your final expenses will be completely taken care of. All right, so Mary, If John died last night, would you be able to pay all the household bills, the mortgage, the car payment, the utilities, put food on the table, etc.? All right, and John, if Mary died last night? Exactly. Well, this next video is going to explain how we can protect your income so that you are not burdened financially. Okay, so John, they are recommending 5 years of your income, which is $250,000. You have $50,000 through your job, so you're going to need $200,000, and that's what the program is going to provide for you. Make sense? Okay, and Mary, your income, 5 years of your income is $135,000. You only have $35,000 in place, so the program is going to provide you with $100,000, and provide you with $100,000 if you qualify. Does that make sense? Okay, so what about that benefit makes sense to you? Okay, awesome. All right, so the next video is going to explain how we can protect your mortgage. All right, so you guys owe $150,000 on your mortgage. So that is what the program is recommending for you. You don't have anything in place for that, so you're going to need the full $150,000, and that is what the program will provide for you if you qualify. Make sense? Okay, well, what about that makes sense to you? All right, so the next video is going to show how we can protect your children's education. Play the video. All right, so as you can see, they are recommending $100,000 for both Little John and Little Mary, and you guys don't have anything in place to help take care of that. So they will be providing $100,000 for each one of your children should you qualify. Does that make sense? Okay, so what about that benefit makes sense to you? Okay, awesome. All right, so to recap, John and Mary, we have your final expenses taken care of. We have your income protected. We have your mortgage taken care of. And we have your children's college education assured as well. Now, let me explain. We also have what's called a child rider. Basically, this states that you have $10,000 on each one of your children, and that is good up until the age of 21, at which point they are able to convert it up to 5 times the amount without having to answer any medical questions. You also get the layoff waiver, which if you're on a qualified layoff, they're going to waive your premiums for 3 months, and you do not have to pay those premiums back. And then you also get what's called a strike waiver. And if you were to be on a qualified strike, we would waive your premiums for up to 12 months. And again, that money does not have to be paid back. Now, also what comes with your program is the terminal illness rider. This states that if in fact you are diagnosed with a terminal disease and given 12 months or less to live, you can take up to half the face amount of your life policy while you're still living, use it any way you see fit, and the other half will go to your beneficiary upon your death. Now, if you live past the 12 months, you do not have to pay that money back. Your beneficiary is just going to get half. Okay? Make sense? All right. Well, if this all makes sense, you've taken an important step to make sure that your family is properly protected. And to make sure that your needs are protected, they've given you 2 options. Option 1, which covers all of your needs and has inflation built in for your final expenses. Or option 2, which still covers all of your needs and has a smaller amount of inflation built in for final expenses. I just have one question for you. Which option works best for you? Option 1? Awesome. Get me your check and your driver's license, and we'll just get this going right now. All right, you can't afford it. Well, the premium's not your problem. It's a solution to your problem. If you can't afford it today while you're working and it's pennies on the dollar, how can you expect your spouse to afford it when it's dollar for dollar and you're dead and gone? All right, I think I know what you mean. You're saying that your living expenses are so high that there's nothing left for insurance premiums. Is that about right? Well, if it takes all of your income for your family to live today, what are they going to do with little or no income after you're gone? Okay, when we say we can't afford something, aren't we usually talking about luxuries? Well, life insurance is not a luxury. It represents food, shelter, college education, and basic needs for your family. If something should happen to you. Okay. Can your family be without this coverage? Can your family live without your income if something should happen to you? Well, this plan represents just a few dollars a week outlay in terms of what your family would have to do without. Wouldn't you agree that that's a small sacrifice to make? Well, of course you don't need it. You're not dead yet. But I can guarantee you this, however, if you ever, life insurance is like a parachute. If you ever need it and you don't have it, you'll never need it again. So tell me, do you carry a spare tire in your car? Well, you may not need more life insurance, but your family's going to need more money when you die. Uh, um, okay. Well, you wouldn't take the time to think about it unless you were really interested. Let's make a quick list. What points do you need to consider? I actually encourage you to think about it. However, I recommend that you be covered while you're thinking about it. Um, it can take 4 to 6 weeks for your policy to be issued. Let's go ahead, complete the application and bind the coverage so that your family is protected while you're thinking about it. Okay, so isn't it true that the ability to make decisions is important for advancement in your, it's important for advancement? Well, the same is true in your personal life. Now, here's a plan that you say is a good one, and from what you've told me, you can take care of the premium without any difficulty. I'm here, you're here. Let's go ahead and take care of this today. I don't want to take on any more obligations. The reason you need this coverage is so your family could meet their obligations if something should happen to you. You would want them to be able to do that, wouldn't you? Exactly. I know there's one more obligation. I'm sure that most people you have the same amount of current debt, bills, and the like. But wouldn't those bills still have to be paid? And isn't your spouse going to be the one that's going to have to pay that? Well, then, wouldn't you want to make sure that after all of your obligations are paid, that there is an income for that's enough for your family to live on?